everyone, I have two new products today. I have the Westman Atelier Supreme Bio Complex Liquid Foundation. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this review. And the NARS Notorious Mascara. I'm going to go in depth into the foundation, talk about the different shades, and whether this foundation is right for you. Welcome back, everyone. So today we're going to really focus on the Westman Atelier foundation. I personally love the Westman brand. I think that Gucci Westman does a fantastic job curating what she decides to do next for the makeup line. There's very few products that have come from Westman that I have considered fails. There are a few. If you've watched me for a while, you know I did a video not that long ago with a neutral cream lipstick palette that did not work for me. But for the most part, Westman is one of my favorites. So when I heard about the foundation, I was very, very excited. Westman actually did reach out to me and offered to send me the foundation to try out. So this was sent to me by Westman. Thank you so much for sending it to me. Shades. I had the toughest time picking a shade. And from what I hear from all of you, it's difficult. It's difficult. It's always difficult to pick out a shade online anyway. And these are not available in my local Sephora, and I haven't seen them in my stores near me. So I'm in Boston. We don't have a ton of options. But there's fair, light, medium, tan, deep, and rich. So there's a number of different shade ranges, and in each grouping, fair, light, medium, there are different undertones when you look at the descriptions of the shades. But it's for me anyway, I still had a difficult time, and I'm not even sure if I picked the right shade. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think. There are 30 shades, so it's a reasonable amount of options for all of us, especially for the first launch of the foundation. Looking at this, I don't see as many deep tone shades as I see fair to light. You know, you'll have to tell me, take a look at it, and we'll see how these actually work. The one that I ended up getting is F4, so Fair 4. Fair 4 is the deepest of the fair shades. I knew I would be fair. Like, I knew I'd fit into that fair category. Maybe light, but probably fair. And the first one, F1, it says very fair neutral. Well, not very fair. Second one is very fair peach. Now, peach would have been great. The next one is fair rosy, which might have worked, but I actually have more of a peach undertone. And then F4 is fair neutral. So that's what I went with. And I do think it works well on me. I'm going to talk about the foundation and the formula when you watch me putting it on, but I actually think I went with the right shade. I do think it looks correct on me. I don't have any bronzer on for today because I wanted you guys to see it in its natural state, but I do have some blush on, the new pink blush from Dior. So I tried to keep it, pretty basic. All that's on my skin is the foundation and the pink blush from Dior. That's it. So I think it works. I think it works. The next shade up is an F5, but it says fair to light warm, and then it goes to light 1, which is a fair to light neutral. So I think for many of us in my category, there's going to be some difficulty deciding whether you go all the way to light 1 or you stay at fair 4. Because when you go into fair 5, it's fair to light and it's that warm. And I'm definitely not warm. I probably could have done F3, which is the cool, which is fair rosy. That probably would have worked. I'm really looking forward to trying it out in a store. But interestingly enough, that is the only one that is sold out right now on the Westman site. All the other shades are still in stock. F3 is gone. So a lot of folks out there with the fair skin and with the rosy undertones buying this foundation. So let's talk about the foundation, right? So Gucci Westman says that she designed this release to fill a specific gap in her kit, a high performance serum-like liquid foundation that delivers real coverage while looking seamlessly like second skin. I can tell you, first of all, that this actually has quite a bit of coverage. I would say it's a medium coverage foundation. This is not a light coverage foundation. The drops, the Westman drops, that's light. This is definitely medium. It uses an advanced delivery system to transport active skincare ingredients deeper into the skin. It has a blend of oligopeptide, it's a peptide duo, and vitamin B3, which is niacinamide, designed to firm, smooth, and smooth your texture and support skin renewal over time. It features biocompatible amino acid coated pigments for smooth adhesion alongside fine amino acids powders to absorb oil without drying your skin. And it doesn't have silicones, synthetic fragrance, or harsh dry down agents. Performance is medium, but easily buildable to near full coverage without caking or clinging to dry patches. Finish: luminous demi matte with a soft focus pore blurring effect. Sets down gently on its own without feeling flat or heavy. Best for dry, normal, and combination skin. It says it blurs pores and evens tone effortlessly. If I look at the website and it talks about the product details while you watch me put this on, it says it blurs pores, evens texture, and leaves skin looking impossibly real without silicones. The weightless formula glides on like a favorite serum, delivering a natural hydrated finish encapsulated in exome technology for precise delivery. That's the reference I made to using the advanced delivery system to transport active skincare. Our peptide-loaded Supreme Skin Biocomplex jumpstarts skin renewal, smooths, brightens, and firms for visible results in just 4 weeks. I don't know if this product has the ability to transport active skincare ingredients deeper into my skin. I'm not exactly sure how that would work, and I'd have to ask an esthetician or a dermatologist or a scientist about those claims. But I will say this. This is one of the first times I have seen a blurring, medium to full coverage foundation that feels as light as this does and does not make my skin look drier than it already is. The foundations that I wear in the summer aren't really foundations. They're the Chanel Touch, they're the Westman Drops, they're the Lisa Eldridge Skin Enhancer, and the Victoria Beckham, the skin, I forget what it's called, but that Victoria Beckham product I absolutely love. They are very lightweight, blurring technology products that don't really have coverage per se. They are lightweight, they have skincare, some of them, they are easy to use, they usually have a very high price point. And I like them because they don't feel like anything on my skin. This doesn't feel like there's anything on my face. Yet, this to me, again, this is to me, this looks like full coverage. Like I can't see any redness, and I have redness in my skin. You guys, if you've watched me, you've seen, I've come on camera without anything else on my face. This covers everything. And this is one layer. I did one pump and put it all over my face. I have to say, like, I am extremely impressed with the coverage that this gives, with the weightless feel of it. It does feel like a serum, but it doesn't dry down to look dewy, actually, or glowy. It's skin-like. Now, if you take another, I shake up everything. If you take another pump of this, and I use my Anissa brush, guys, I find that this brush works for any type of foundation, but with this type of foundation, I would recommend a dense brush or your fingers. I used it yesterday with my fingers, and I actually took the dog for a walk and came back, and I looked good. Like, I was like, wow. Like, I went to go to bed at night to wash my face, and I was like, why does my skin look so, what's the word I'm looking for? The same tone. You know, like there was no irregularities in my skin. And then I remembered that I had put this on earlier in the day. For me to have forgotten that I had it on my face, that's not like me. Because in the summer, and I don't know if any of you have like allergies or you don't do well in heat, but when there's makeup on your face, you can feel it. Even light makeup, you just feel it and you need to wash it off. I had forgotten that I was wearing it and was surprised when I looked in the mirror and went, oh, my skin looks just so even. And I had put it on with my fingers. Now, when I first put this on, you notice how it looks like more yellow? Because this is the F4. It has, I think, some type of technology where it blends into your skin tone. Like, I think it does adjust. It doesn't get cakey. It really doesn't. It just looks good. I am beyond impressed with how well this worked. I was hesitant to believe any of the hype. Not because I'm a negative person, but because I'm a factual person. I tend to like to I test things before I, believe in them. Which is why I put it all over my face with my fingers and then walked the dog in the humidity. Because I was like, all right, we're going to see what this does. It doesn't feel like anything. It feels weightless. I don't know if this is going to make my skin look better over time. I don't know if it's going to transport active skincare ingredients deeper into my skin. But if you're just looking for a really good foundation and you don't want a dewy or glowy finish, because that's not what you get. It's a real skin finish. It looks like it looks like your skin is perfected, but it looks like your skin. It does not look glowy. It doesn't look dewy. It just your skin. Then this looks, it's fantastic. It's a really great foundation, and it doesn't feel weird or heavy, and it doesn't settle weird. It just looked great after a day of being out in humidity, and like I said, I'd forgotten I had it on. The only negative I've found was trying to find my shade, and I think I actually guessed correctly. Like, I think the F4 is actually right for me. I think if I had gone with the F3, the rosy, I think it would have been too pink, and I think the F5 would have been too warm. One pump, you don't need a lot. You really don't need a lot. It covers really well. So I would start with less and move to more. I would do a dense brush. I would say the coverage here is a medium coverage, and I would say like the Vital Skin Foundation stick is more of a full coverage. I think it's a little thicker, actually. I think this has a little less coverage, but I mean, honestly, it blurs, and it blurs so well that look, you can see it. Like it negated any unevenness in my skin. This says it has a hydrated finish, and I'm assuming that's why it says it's not the best for oily, whereas the Vital Foundation stick, they say it's great for all skin types. I don't know if this is bad for oily skin. I don't have oily skin. I would have no way of showing you. I think, we're going to have to get more testing in. For now, yeah, this is phenomenally good. Medium coverage. It can be less. If you wanted to thin it out, you could. I would use just like mix it with like a moisturizer. It's seamless. It blends. It makes your pores look smaller. It lasted the other day for several hours. I didn't even realize I had it on. So let me know what you'd want me to compare it to. Like, what other foundations would you like? Would you like to see it next to the Westman drops? Like one on one side, one on the other? It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Prada foundation. The Prada foundation is more matte, but there's a similarity to the formula where it's just seamless and it blends really well. It doesn't feel like anything though. The Prada does feel like something. This feels like the Victoria Beckham drops. Like, it doesn't feel like there's anything on your skin. It's kind of weird because I was so surprised looking in the mirror at how even my skin tone was, and then I remembered I had it on. It doesn't feel like you have something on that could give you that much coverage. That's the thing. That's the key, in my opinion. Definitely worth checking out. And I am gonna, if I can find it in my store, I am gonna swatch different colors because I think this actually is the right color for me. I actually think it's perfect, but I would be interested to see what the other shades in the fair and light range look like compared to each other. Let's talk about the NARS Notorious Mascara for a second. NARS did send this to me. This is in brown. I generally don't wear brown mascara because my lashes are black. And I did ask them, they reached out. It was very nice of them to send me the mascara. I did ask for black, but they sent the brown. So I will tell you, I don't think you're getting the full picture of what this can do because the black is supposed to be like this really black. And they actually spent a lot of time making sure that it was a really rich black. So for me, I'm one of those people, if you're gonna wear mascara, get black, but I get it, not everybody likes that, so at least you can see what the brown looks like. This is supposed to be dramatic volume, definition, and long-lasting wear without weighing down your lashes. Again, it does not weigh down your lashes like the foundation. It's a weightless feel to it. It's very, very light. So if you're curling your lashes or you want to keep your curl, to your lashes, this might be a good mascara to use, because what this does is it does lengthen really well, extremely well, and it gives a lift to your lashes and a length really easily, very, very quickly. Personally though, I don't see this as a volumizing mascara. I see this as a fanned out, clump free lengthening mascara. So if you like that kind of fanned look, you know what I mean? Like, let's see how they look on me. I think that's what you get with this, which is actually extremely popular right now. Like the look that I like, the very thick, wet volume mascara, actually isn't in now. In fact, many people are just skipping mascara altogether. So if you're looking for something that's very long wearing, that doesn't weigh down your lashes and lengthens really well, I think this is a great mascara. It doesn't clump either, which I have noticed, and it doesn't smudge. There's no like underneath your eye smudging. I don't know. I don't think I'd call it volumizing. I have to use it longer because, again, with mascara, it's one of those things that the first couple times you wear it, I've worn this a couple times now, but the first couple times you wear it, it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't perform as well. I was wearing this in the look I did with the Dior Lucky Rosewood eyeshadow palette when I showed you the eye look with the glasses on. If you watched that video, I was wearing this mascara. So I've been trying it out, and again, I think it's a really good lengthening mascara, and I think it gives you a beautiful fanned out look. I think this is for somebody who wants something that doesn't smudge, that doesn't clump, is easy to use, and gives a really defined, lengthened look. You can see why, because of the brush, why it would do that. But again, this, I don't think you can really see it in its glory because it's brown. And on me, because my lashes are so dark, they're black. If you put brown on them, they don't actually look as good. It's interesting. Like, I've noticed it, that brown mascara or anything actually lighter than a blue, anything lighter than a black, actually makes my lashes look not as long and not as volumized because they are so black. So I don't think this does it justice, but I think this mascara is something that this is something I would recommend to a lot of my friends who have a problem with the smudging underneath. This does not do that. And if you want something that separates and lengthens, you're gonna like this. It's really good. And it is very light. So people who curl their lashes and have problems with their lashes like falling back down, try this one out because it's so lightweight that it's not weighing down your lash. I actually like the opposite. I like a thick, heavy mascara because it volumizes. And my lashes, once I curl them, they stay curled. So I don't have that issue. But I think it's a really good mascara for what it's supposed to be. But you have to be the person who's looking for that. This foundation looks phenomenally good, and I will keep testing it, and I will keep wearing it, and I will give you more thoughts, and I'd love to know what you'd like me to compare it to, so you can kind of see like a side by side. If this is as good as I think it is from these first couple times I've tried it, this is a game changer in foundation, because to find something that doesn't dry out your skin, gives this much coverage, and feels like nothing is going to be, I mean, there's people out there that would only buy this foundation. For me, I don't necessarily always want, quote, full coverage or even medium coverage. So I don't mind the perfection showing through because I'll give that up for lightweight, feeling like nothing on my skin. This feels like nothing on my skin and it covers everything. That's going to be an interesting decision for me to make, like what I decide to wear. So yeah, I'll keep testing it and I'll let you guys know, but I'd love to hear if you're interested in trying it out, if you've already purchased it, and what your thoughts are so far. Same with the mascara. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in another video really soon.